Listen, I have shot well over 100,000 portraits at this point. And so I thought that it would be helpful to give you guys my 4 biggest tips that I would give anyone to help them, really do well and really be successful on their next portrait session. And so without further ado, let's get into it. Tip number 1, and this can't be overstated or understated, and that is just to know your equipment. This camera right here is my A7R4. I have been shooting with this camera now for at least 3 years. Every button on this camera is programmed to do exactly what I need it to do when I need it to do it. And it never fails. It just works because I know where they are. This is 35mm lens, and I know exactly the frame that I'm gonna get when I look through my viewfinder. One of the worst things that you can be doing during a shoot is fumbling around with your camera and trying to get it to do something that you've never had it do before. And so without a doubt, the number one thing that you can do to be ready for a shoot is just to know your equipment, whether that is a professional camera like this A7R4 or that's your iPhone, just know your equipment. Step number 2 is to know the person that you're shooting, or at least have some kind of comfort level. If you guys were to go to my Instagram page right now, you would see that I mostly shoot the same people over and over again because, one of the things that helps out a lot is just to have people be comfortable in your presence. And so whatever it is that you need to do to allow for that comfort to happen, I think you should probably try to do that. And for me, one of the things is just to shoot the people that I know. And so I have no desire, I think you guys have maybe heard me say this, I have no desire to fill my Instagram feed full of, a bunch of different people. I just use my Instagram feed to show my work. And the best way to do that is to have people who are comfortable with being around me. All right, tip number 3 is just to do a little bit of scouting. If you guys notice a lot in videos that I make when I'm out, you might see that I shoot those videos in a lot of the same places. And one of the reasons that I do that is because I understand how the light works. I understand the rules and how things are gonna go. One of the places that I shoot at a lot is down on the Riverwalk. I know what's gonna happen down on the Riverwalk a lot of times. I know where I can go, I know where I can't be. I know when I can be there and when I can't be there. And so just knowing the places that you're gonna go shoot is just cherry on top of the sundae of being able to create things. And that's whether you are shooting portraits or shooting, environmental photos or architecture or landscapes, just knowing the rules of where you're gonna go or how the light hits things or, what time the moon comes out and all of that kind of stuff and how the moonlight shines. All of those kind of things, just knowing your environment is gonna help your shoot go and progress and just be easier. And then the last thing is just, it goes back to kind of the second tip, and that's just to not overthink posing, especially with portraits, with people who you don't know. The moment you ask someone to do something that they're not comfortable doing, it's gonna show in your photos. And so, one of the questions that I get asked a lot is whether I pose my models or if they come, knowing how to pose. And the question to both of those answers is yes. Sometimes I might offer up, some recommendations. Sometimes I just ask them to do whatever comes naturally to them. Sometimes they come ready to pose. But the most important thing is just to provide an environment that they feel most comfortable in. And so asking them to pose in a sort of way that they've never done before, especially if the person that you're shooting is not, a model, if this is not something that they do, that discomfort, that vulnerability will show in your photos. And so it just really helps to not overthink posing. One of the things that I try to do is I just ask people to just move naturally for 7 seconds. Give them a 7-second countdown, and then 80% of the time, they're gonna give you something that that you can work with. And so those are my 4 tips. Those are my 4 tips to just smashing, you know, portrait sessions. And then I'll give you guys one bonus tip. And the best tip that I can give you is just to remember that you're creating something, and just to have fun with it. And I think that you guys will be able to smash that next photo shoot. If you guys appreciated this video, let me know. You know, leave a comment down below, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. I got this light, and if you guys want me to talk about it, let me know. My lighting videos never really do well here, so I'm not sure, but this is the Aputure Infinity Bar. Let me know if you guys are interested in it. I'm a boy named Jamil. I'm Jamil. This is a boy named Jamil, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.